Are you ready?
For what?
All aboard the pain train.
So today I'm going to talk about my resolutions for Rumbleverse this year, meaning specific ways that I think I can improve. And the first one of those is going to be committing vicious dodging to muscle memory. And what I mean by this is making dodging vicious attacks something that I don't have to think about, but I just sort of react to organically. Now obviously not everything is reactable. Weapon vicious attacks you kind of have to anticipate. Basic vicious attacks including Brainbuster, not reactable. And faster special vicious attacks, not super reactable right now. Though vicious attacks like Giant Swing, Diamond Crusher, and Javelin Tackle are definitely reactable. For instance, this Diamond Crusher was avoidable. And I'm not saying I want to be able to play perfectly at this point. There's nothing wrong with an anticipatory roll every once in a while. I just want to be able to protect myself against random Javelin Tackles for 500 damage. Also, for most reactable viciouses, it's going to have to be super vicious. I should be reacting almost every time. This is going to include bailouts on hit, as well as reacting with things that are not dodges, such as super pops. Improving my ability to dodge high damage moves like vicious attacks is just going to improve my overall survivability and chances of getting further into the ring and securing those W's. Now the second thing on my list is going to be something that's a little harder to measure and not as concrete as dodging vicious attacks, but that's going to be my ability to engage and disengage more effectively and pick my fights just better, which can include not elbow dropping everybody you see and deciding when is a good time to just run away. In this clip I'm in a solo duo and I see that I've caught one half of a duo off guard here and I have the chance to combo them while their buddy is seemingly busy with something else. Later on in that same fight, I realize that it's a good time to engage his partner here, as he's very preoccupied with trying to get him up. And also, there was that bot there that I think might have aggroed them. However, I do overextend here and give him the perfect chance to revive his partner. And at that point, I realized that it's probably my play here is to get out and run away and regroup. It's also important to keep an eye on your health and just know that it's time to run away based on the fact that you can't survive another hit. So running away and taking the time to eat is really a good option sometimes, even if people will call you a coward. Another hint that it might be time to disengage is losing a fight. If you're just very clearly making bad decisions or you're outclassed, there's no shame in just disengaging. You'll see that this opponent really just should have thought about engaging me at all. I mean, I have the golf club, we're high up, he very easily could have been shot into the water, and also he didn't seem to have a weapon himself. It's also possible that he was a tad outmatched. I would also say that disengaging also applies to knowing when you've overextended and overstayed your welcome trying to get a KO. Now, I can tell that this person is on tilt judging by how they're playing, but I don't have the stamina to do that clash, and I take way more damage than I need to trying to get this person knocked out. At some point, Ronnie gets involved, and I think Ronnie's gonna help me out, but it just turns out that it just encourages me to overextend even more. I don't know why I thought I could get off that Ruby Crusher right in front of Ronnie. And I just started playing like an idiot. And you just gotta know when they've earned their way out. Eventually, I just get stuck fighting Ronnie with nothing to show for it. It really would have just been better to give up the fight and preserve my resources. So last but certainly not least, I want to start working on my situational awareness overall. There are really a lot of situations where I could have avoided getting third-partied or just should have been aware of people who were about to attack me or were around me in general. This is something I need to improve. As we can see in this situation, I should not have gone in here. I immediately put myself between them just to get sandwiched. In this clip, I failed to keep track of where I am in regards to the water and where my opponent is, which perfectly sets him up for this ring out. This clip illustrates that you should really just be aware of your opponent's resources and what they have to attack you, such as supers and weapons. It's also to keep in mind that you should be listening for footsteps. This is a battle royale. Listening to music isn't super advisable. and you're just gonna get a lot if you have your ears open. For instance, I eat 700 damage from the Irish whip starter this guy uses. That is not nothing. Keeping your camera aware of people around you while you're fighting can be a good way to avoid getting hit by third parties unnecessarily. For instance, in this clip, it saves me to keep my eye on this person while I'm fighting. This is a bit of a longer clip, so I'll be speeding it up at times, but what I want us to pay attention to is my attempts to use other rumblers to try and disengage. I think as an awareness skill, this is pretty crucial to get away from fights where you feel like you're outclassed. It is importantly not successful, but I think I do a pretty good job here of using these other rumblers to at least survive a little bit longer and improve my chances. Another note about awareness here is that I should have kept my camera trained on him while he was trying to jump out of view so he could pull something like he did. And here I've just got a nice little sequence where I do get hit a couple times, but I am also quite aware and cautious regarding third parties, while still also holding my own in the fight, and being sure not to overextend while others catch me lacking. And here I use my camera and super pop to avoid a potentially deadly third-party situation. So now that we have our 3 resolutions, that's it, right? We're ready to improve? Wrong. What we actually need to do at this point is turn these into SMART goals. Now I'll go over this in another video, but for now we can just pause it here if you need to look at this. So basically we're going to use these parameters to make our resolutions into goals that we can actually measure our progress against. So for our first goal, we're going to change this into something we can work with. I'm going to focus in on the vicious attacks that I want to be able to dodge, so I really just want to focus in on the slow ones that I need to react to: Javelin Tackle, Diamond Crusher, and Supers. Now this goal has all of the elements of a SMART goal. It's specific, I can measure it, it is certainly attainable, and it will help me survive longer in matches, so it will certainly be relevant to me improving. It also includes a time frame in which to achieve the goal. Now I'm gonna go ahead and speed things up and turn all of my resolutions into SMART goals. From here I have a solid basis from which to improve as I focus on these goals one at a time. As I achieve these goals, I can raise the bar higher and higher and choose other things on which to focus. So that's it. I'm gonna choose to focus on my goals here to improve my gameplay going into 2023, and I hope you, learning from this video, will choose to do the same. That's gonna do it for me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment with maybe your own goals of what you want to do in your resolutions for 2023 in Rumbleverse, and hopefully many more seasons to come. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.